Welcome you guys to this exciting episode of the N-Scale Architect. Today we're going to look at a small model I got from a 3D printer. It's pretty cool. It's not available, so I hate to tell you guys that, but it's not available. I actually got it as a demo. So let's take a look at that and we'll see how cool of a model this actually is. This here is a very complicated model. And this model here is very heavy. It's made out of resin. And it is printed from a 3D printer. Isn't that cool? Very, very, very detailed. Very detailed. And what I will do is I will merge it up with this model right here. Not sure yet how I want to do that. It's yet to be seen. So what a 3D printer does, it's actually a machine that takes a powder and a resin, and it's like a slurry, I believe. Now, I don't know. I've seen it work. We have a very large one where I work, and it can produce, you know, a model like this, and it can actually it could actually print out a model as big as this layout right here. If you can look in here, let me try to zoom in on this. I mean, you can see through those pipes. Now, it's not as clean, you know, it's not as clean as, say, these pipes are. You know, this is a nice clean model, which is pretty cool. And that is not what this is, because it's powder, and you could probably see how it cuts it in layers, like a layering cake. So what it does is it puts down the resin as it goes up, and all the other voids here are actually, it's the same powder, but because the resin isn't injected into it, this powder is eventually just broomed away or swept away with a brush, and you end up with a finished product like this. And so what I did to give it some color and texture is I used my concrete paint for this here part, and I just took some gray, you know, the gray paint, and I just dabbled on there. And so to give it that concrete look. And I've added some decals right there. And I put a little fire extinguisher there. Probably wouldn't do any good if this thing ever caught on fire. You see all the intricate workings of the pipe down in there. You can see how amazing a 3D printer is. Can you guys see that? Isn't that cool? That is so cool. The company, when the printer was purchased, you know, printed this out as a demo. So we got a lot of demos. It was being tossed. I thought, you know what? That would go really well with my layout that I was getting ready to start constructing on my N-Scale layout set. You know, one day 3D printers are, you know, I mean, they're already constructing houses. I'm an architect, a real life architect, and they're already using 3D printers to construct people's residences. And so, you know, this kind of technology is becoming more and more common. And we may get into a time in this hobby where 3D printers are actually used to print all sorts of models. I think that's a great thing. I hope you guys think it's a good thing too. They're quite expensive, as you can imagine, but you can get some cheaper versions. I think you can get them now just about anywhere. You know, I've seen them at Walmart. You can get a small one there. A lot of schools have them. They're teaching kids how to use them now. And I think it's really cool. So I wish I could tell you guys how to get one of these. I can't tell you how to get one of these. I don't know where to get them. But I just commandeered this one out of the trash. And I am making a permanent addition to my layout. I hope to attach it to here somehow, and I will. And these are my North Island refineries. I've got number 1, number 2, number 3. And then, of course, this little model here. And you know, this one actually came in blue and white. But I went ahead and painted. I paint everything. I try not to leave anything plastic. You know, here's some weathering I did on this model. I put this model together over the New Year's break. And really enjoyed putting this model together. And I also put this model together during the break. Now the weathering I'm not sold on, so I'll probably redo some of that. But you can see the detail in there. And let me pull you guys back here. This is another model I put together here recently. And I actually built this out of chicken wire. And, you know, party favors. This is kind of like the party favors netting. And this is where you have the acetylene tanks right down there. So what do I have left to do? So I have these old models that were given to me by a guy getting out of the hobby. And I'm going to be painting them. And I have just got done painting these models this week. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and like. If you want to see anything in particular on the layout, it's a big layout. It's about 24 by 24, maybe bigger than that even. Let me know. I'll do some close-up videos of various models that I put together. Many of these are scratch built. I'll show you some of those too if you want to look at them. But I'm willing to show you guys anything I have on this layout. I'm nearing the completion of my models. In fact, right now I'm just down to painting them. All right. Catch you on the next episode.